Live with CDP Sports Talk, a weekly sports and entertainment podcast sponsored by Barry Cullen Chevrolet. Live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn. And on audio via Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, Anchor FM, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Radio Public, and TuneIn. Now, here's your host, Chris Palme.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Season 12, Episode 11, overall 616 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Row West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com, for the newest selection of new and pre-owned GM vehicles, along with their great selection of all-electric vehicles and Cadillac vehicles as well. You can call the dealership at 519-824-0210 and tell them Chris Palme sent you, or you can email them at info@barrycullen.com. Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership has been family run and operated here in the city of Guelph since 1969 and has been a sponsor of this show for the last 3 years. And make sure you check out Barry Cullen's Black Friday event going on there as well. More details at barrycullen.com, or pop by the dealership again at 905 Woodlawn Row West in the Guelph Auto Mall. I hope everyone is doing well on this Wednesday, November. I can't believe it's already Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. Just seems like baseball was on just recently, and I'm looking forward to my guest today. This is his fourth appearance on our show. He's a friend of the show, friend of mine, and I'm proud to have him on again as a guest. His name is Scott Crawford, Director of Operations with the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame in beautiful St. Mary's, Ontario. And Scott's going to come on, and we're going to talk a little bit about the 2025 World Series and the latest going-ons and events going on in the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame as well. Good afternoon, Scott. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm doing good. And do you already miss baseball like I do?
Every single day there's not a game on, I miss it.
Scott, you've been a baseball fan probably as long as I have. Was that, in terms of all-time great World Series, right up there?
It was. I mean, I know we're going to talk about the results and everything, but I mean, an 18-inning ball game and then the seventh game of the World Series in extra innings. I mean, if you're a baseball fan, you can't ask for anything more than that.
I know my Tigers had a good run. They beat Cleveland, and then they unfortunately fell short to a very good Seattle team. But the Toronto Blue Jays, I know the team has had the talent in the last couple of years, but did you and the other Jay fans see this team getting like inches away from winning a World Championship in 2025?
Not really when the season started, right? I mean, after 2024 being a rough season for the Jays, and they didn't revamp things. They sort of went for it again. They basically the same team with a few additions, and they, no one expected it. I mean, even when the season started, it was just average season to start April and May, and they were just putting along and doing okay, but not doing amazing. And then all of a sudden they took off halfway through the summer, and Game 7 of the World Series, unexpected, but a joyful delight to watch.
I believe it was the San Diego series at the end of May where they took 2 out of 3 against a very good Padres team. To me, that's where I felt as a baseball fan that the Blue Jays kind of turned the corner then.
Yeah, I mean, it's very small things. You hear the different players talk about different series. I mean, Bo points to a certain series and Clement points to a series, and you mentioned San Diego there. It just takes a little bit to click. Once you start to click, you get that magic hit in the ninth inning, or something happens in the clubhouse that really turns the guys to sort of get together and be more, friends and small groups and followers, and just really enjoy themselves in the clubhouse. And you start to relax, right? I mean, it's a game, right? Baseball's a game, and you're supposed to have fun playing it. And you look at the Jays clubhouse; they seem to be pretty loose and having fun, and that's really important in my mind. Of course, it's professional baseball, and you're paid to win. But I mean, part of the game, it's a game, right? From the kids playing ball when they're 8 years old up to pros, it's a game, and you're supposed to have some fun at it too.
I was able to interview and talk to a lot of these Blue Jay players that were down in Buffalo, and I don't think the Buffalo Bisons get enough credit for what they did with developing these guys. Casey Candell, former Expo, former Major League Baseball player, as their manager. I think the Buffalo Bisons organization, obviously the Double A and Single A are important too, but I think the Buffalo Bisons really should get a lot of credit for helping develop these guys and getting them ready for the Toronto Blue Jays, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. It starts in the minors. Winning in the minors, being good teammates in the minors, building relationships in the minors. I mean, you still got to hit the ball and pitch the ball and catch the ball, but relationships important. And you look around Bo and Vlad have been together forever. So, I mean, they've been together for 8 years, when you talk about the minors or whatnot now. But, I mean, you got Barger and you got Clement and you got Schneider and you got Luke Frito and you got go on and on and on. Those guys who played together in Single A, Double A, Triple A, win things and play well together and learn from each other. And guys who left the team too. I mean, Luke or Horowitz was a great person in 2024 and went off to Pittsburgh and played pretty good. But it's all about building these things up in the minors and then when you get to the show, it's really time to go then.
How important is it for the Toronto Blue Jays organization to sign Vlad to that big contract and not have to worry about speculation or losing him?
I think it was huge. It really put the fan base at ease. It really probably put the other players at ease. If they had let Vladdy go, I mean, they had him this year no matter what anyways, but if they'd let him go when he hit free agency after the season or didn't sign him prior to that, the fan base and the players are really questioned, their commitment to winning, their commitment to, having the face of the franchise and really putting their money in place where they want to contend. They prove they want to contend, and they did that with him. Where they brought Scherzer in, they brought Bieber in late in the season. They brought in and spent a lot of money on trying to win, and it worked.
I know I've been one of their critics as well as the fan base and maybe some media, but Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins, obviously they get criticized when the team has struggled and lost, but I think they also should get some credit for the job they did in getting this team so close to a world championship.
For sure. I mean, they run the team. They're the president and general manager, right? So everything falls on their shoulders if the team doesn't win. They put together what they thought was a really strong team. And again, baseball is such a finite game. Like, they didn't win in 2024 and they won 20 more games in 2025. What was the main difference? Relatively the same players. One of the big changes was their hitting coach. They went from they went to the best hitting team in all of baseball, basically, and so that really changed it. And yeah, I mean, the top two people are always going to take the criticism from the fans, but the team did very, very well this year. So as much as they're criticized, they should be thanked as well.
I'm assuming, and I can't speak for Rogers Communications, but it's a no-brainer to re-sign Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins and keep this consistency in this organization together management-wise.
Well, that decision is way above my head. But, I assume they'll both get re-signed. John Schneider should probably get a longer extension too as well. And, again, you want to keep that core together, whether it's the front office or whether it's the 25-man, 26-man roster. Keeping the core together when you're doing well seems like it's a very smart thing to do, and I think that's what will happen.
What are your thoughts on Don Mattingly's 3 years in Toronto, and how much of the loss is that having him leave?
I think he did well in his 3 years. Again, he's such a quiet fella. I mean, I grew up watching him. I know great first baseman with the Yankees, best hitter, Gold Glove every year. So I've known and watched him for a long, long time. And when he's on the bench, he seems like a very serious fella, but not in a bad way. Serious in a good way. He takes his job serious, and he's watching. You gotta watch the game. I don't think people watch the game enough these days, always on their iPads and whatnot. But you really got to sit and watch the game. I think Don does a good job. I think we'll miss him for sure. I was kind of surprised to hear him or see him leave, but again, he's been in the game 44 years, I think they said, and so if he wants to head somewhere else and try things in another team, then good for him, and we wish him well, and we'll be great to see him back in Toronto when he comes back with the visiting team. That's for sure.
I see Don Mattingly as a manager again. I personally think, I think he wants one more crack at it. And also, yes or no, Scott, Don Mattingly, is he a baseball Hall of Famer? Should he be in Cooperstown, in your opinion?
I think his longevity is a little short. Amazing hitter when he played, 300 hitter, Gold Gloves. He's right on the edge for me, and not because he wasn't an amazing player when he played, but just his longevity, and it's those injuries. I mean, 1% of players are in Cooperstown, or less than 1% are in Cooperstown, and you can be a great hitter, but if those injuries just creep up on you like they did with Don and his back, that really hurt him. If he'd be able to play another 5 years and win 5 more Gold Gloves and hit 300 for another 5 years, I mean, he'd be a shoo-in. But he's a Hall of Fame player, but just his longevity, I think, is what's hurting him.
By the way, we have a viewer watching, and you know him as well as I do, Brent Carty from the Brent Carty podcast. So, Brent, if you're watching, thank you so much. And if you have a comment or question for Scott or I, please type one in the comments section as well. And it's just, I'm just glad to be able to have you on again, Scott. And I'm really looking forward to baseball starting up in 3 months, the middle of February. It's not that far away, training camp.
No, it's exciting with the awards this week, and then we announce our awards soon, and then February 1st training camp starts. You got the WPC next year in March, and then the season starts April 1st more or less. So once this white stuff that snowed here yesterday, and hopefully it's going to melt, and I know it's coming back because I know it's Canada and it's winter, but I can't wait for the spring.
When do you guys put all the ballparks? You have 4 of them. When do you guys put them to bed? Usually the end of September, October?
Yeah, we have games usually till mid-October, usually Thanksgiving weekend. And then our goal is always by Halloween to have them to bed for the wintertime. And we did that again this year. And we had about 1,000 events on our site this summer. So it's jam-packed 6 months a week, or 6 months a year, 7 days a week at these ball fields. And so they're put to rest for a few months. And then before you know it, in April, we'll be opening them again, putting the bases in, lining the fields, and watching kids run around having fun.
Hey, Scott, for those people watching this show live stream or on audio, and they're looking to book the field for 2026, who do they contact, and when does this process start for booking?
Yeah, I mean, you can book now if you have a date in mind. Just send me an email at baseball@baseballhalloffame.ca, and I'll get back to you. It's availabilities that let us know what age kids. We have fields that can play from 5-year-olds up to adults, and elite teenage baseball as well. So we have 3 different size fields, and you want to throw in there, a barbecue for your team, and definitely a museum tour so you can learn some baseball history. So it's called Day at the Hall of Fame. You got 3 aspects to do, and it's a great team building day and a fun day with your families and ball players as well.
Hey, Scott, I know when I was a kid back in 1980, before I became a Tigers fan, the Blue Jays used to have open practices at Oakville Park in Oakville, which is like 25, 30 minutes from Toronto. Any chance in the future you guys could have maybe a Blue Jay practice at one of the fields, or even an IBL baseball game? Because I know how involved you guys were going around the IBL last year with your exhibits and stuff like that. I think it would be a great idea if the logistics were feasible.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think Blue Jay wise, tough to happen because you got the union and all that stuff, and they're more likely to go to Labatt Park, the best park in Canada, in London, before they come here. But we'd love to have them if they come calling. We'd say yes. And last year we did get an interesting call. The Hamilton team from the IBL called us, and they played an exhibition game here in late April. And it was great because Fernando Rodney was here, and he pitched an inning, and it was great ball. IBL is amazing baseball, and we enjoyed a tour last summer around most of the parks. We hope to get some more of this in 2026, and everyone should come out. IBL is the top amateur baseball in Canada, and it's not to be missed.
Yes, I did a number of games covering the Kitchener Panthers as well, and the talent and the skill has really gone up. And just quick thoughts on the IBL turning pro going into 2026.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a change. I mean, the IBL has been around since 1919, if my date is right. So it's over 100 years of baseball, and they've had lots of pro players on their way down for Major League Baseball. like Fernando Rodney in 2025, and many others, as we all know. Both Butler brothers played, and Spaljarek, and Ducey, and all kinds of people played. And then a lot of kids going up through the years, trying to make it to the pro leagues. So it's definitely a change, and change. You always got to try change, right? See if it works. You never know till you try it, and I guess if that's the way they're going in 2026, we'll see how it goes.
Scott, I'm going to put you on the questionnaire. How many current IBL items do you have, and are you looking for more donations and items for the Baseball Hall of Fame in St. Mary's?
The second part is easy. Yes, we're always looking to build the history of Canadian baseball, and again, I mentioned the IBL is over 100 years old. There's all kinds of stuff out there that we don't have. We'd love to hear from people who have it, so we can preserve it and digitalize it and catalog it, because the IBL is amazingly historic. Amount of items we have, off the top of my head, you got me on that question. I would say we have, probably 20, 30, 40 items. We got some stuff this year. Welland sending us their jersey from their championship season. We got some stuff from Boone's no-hitter that he tossed. We got his jersey and his hat in a baseball. Ron Stead's in our Hall of Fame from the IBL, so we got several items from Ron Stead and his career. And lots of guys played in the IBL, from Jim Ridley, and like I said, Rob Ducey, and many others I'm forgetting. But, guys who played in the IBL during their careers, and we have items from them as well. So, but yeah, if someone has something, get in touch with us, and we can chat for sure.
Scott, any plans for 2026 to do the same thing again, tour around the IBL with your Hall of Fame exhibits? And how successful, how popular did it go over last year?
Yeah, we ended up getting to 6 of the 9 teams last year. London got rained out, so even though they're our closest ones, we never got to London because of the weather that night. But we hope to, hit up the 3 we missed for sure this summer, and then we're hoping, maybe the All-Star game and maybe the finals, like Game 7 of the finals, whatever city it might be in, whether it's in Welland again or in any other of the nine parks. So we'll definitely be out there on the road this year. It was a good experience for us. Again, it was the first year we'd really done it. We've been to the games before. We went to Brantford quite a bit a few years ago because there was a local St. Mary's named Wayne Foreman playing on he was the great catcher for Brantford in their heydays. So it was good. A lot of people, getting to know us and us getting to know them, and seeing the beautiful parks of the IBL. They're all really nice parks, all different, but all really nice.
I'm hoping one day in the future, if there's enough business owners in Stratford, it'd be nice to see an IBL team in Stratford again. And they have such a long history with that league, and it's a beautiful community. So maybe one day they can get a team back there as well.
Yeah, more baseball the better, whether it's professional, amateur, whatever, in Stratford, in anywhere. Stratford's 15 minutes from us, so that would be nice and close. Yeah, more baseball the better. That's what we can say.
Scott, how much of an impact did the Blue Jays have on this entire country and even the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fames in terms of your watch parties?
Yeah, it's as the Blue Jays go, the rest of baseball in Canada goes. Right. It's easily, you can look at go back to 92, 93, look at all the 10, 12-year-old kids, and then jump forward 10 years. And you get all these kids in the big leagues from, Ryan Dempster and Justin Morneau and Eric Bedard and Jeff Francis and Rich Harden and Joey Votto, and I'll go on and on. But they're all the kids that were influenced by the Jays doing really well in the early 90s. And then if you jump forward to 2015, 2016, that was already 10 years ago. And jump forward now to this, and you've got the Owen Caseys and the Jonah Tongs and the Liam Hicks and the Bo Nailers, all the guys, 20, 25 years old now that were 10 to 15 last year or 10 years ago, and they fell in love with baseball, and because the Jays did so well, and it's on and on and on. There's many. There are 5 Canadians that made their big league debut this year, right? Which is a high number to make a debut in one season. And I think, again, with the Jays doing so well this year, I think you're going to see those 10, 12, 14-year-old kids that, they like baseball, but maybe they didn't love baseball, and now they love it. And now they're going to definitely play next year, and they're giving their friends to play next year. And I think the enrollment in baseball is going to go up next year. And it's like I always say, it's cool to wear a Blue Jay shirt to school again, right? Which is which you saw in 2015, 2016. And again, you saw this year. And our watch parties. We ran one for Game 1 of the World Series. It was pretty good, and a lot of excitement and whatnot. And just events like that bring people into St. Mary's and bring people to the Hall of Fame, which is a good thing.
By the way, Brent Carty has a question for you. Brent wants to ask you, Scott, thoughts on the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame History Conference recently. How successful was that?
Oh, that was great. I mean, it run by Riley and Andrew North. They do an amazing job. We're happy to host it because it gets about 55 people in the room because that's our max space. There's a wait list for the conference, so next year you want to get in there early. But max is about 55 people. I know Brent was here, and it's unique topics. It's not like tell us about Fergie Jenkins and Larry Walker, right? Because everyone knows about Fergie and Larry, the two greatest players to ever play. It's deep, dark, deep baseball Canadian history that the average person doesn't know, and you just want to sit there and you're in awe of all the great things that they talked about cards, they talked about the Maple Leafs, they talked about the brother Matthias who helped train Babe Ruth. They talked about there's 15 different topics that Andrew and Riley put together, and it's a fantastic. It's been going on for 8 years, so it's an annual event and not to be missed next year for sure.
Definitely, if you can let me know ahead of time, being from Guelph, I would love to attend next year.
Yeah, for sure. It's always sort of the first weekend in November.
Okay.
Say it the last couple of years has been here, and I assume that's the plan for next year. But again, this year just finished. But it was in early November each year.
Hey, Scott, as the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame's been in St. Mary's now over 3 decades, and it's growing, is there any chance or any possibility in the future for expansion of the building?
Yeah, I think with the expansion we did in 2018, that sort of, the space we have around the current museum is sort of taken up because we have houses on one side, we have a ball field on one side, we got a park or a forest on the back end of the museum, and we got a parking lot at the front. So the space is pretty much limited. We added 2,500 square feet in 2018. So we're now about 3,500 square feet of space. And it seems to suit us for the size. But again, if the right person ever came along and said, do you want to expand on the site? We do have 32 acres of land here in St. Mary's. So there is a lot of land, which is currently taken up by ball fields, of course, at the same time. But right now we're happy at the size we are, but you never say never, right, Chris? I mean, you never know what's around the next corner.
Would you like to do a shout out to some of your sponsors? And for people that are watching this show and they are a business and they are interested in getting involved with the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, who do they contact and how does that process start?
Yeah, again, you basically contact me. I mean, I'm the director of operations here. I'm the fellow that's here every day. Lindsay's looks after our care of our collections, so she's here every day too, looking after the artifacts that we'd get in touch with you for your IBL things or whatever you'd like to donate you think would be great for the museum. I mean, we always run on sponsors. I won't list any because I might forget some, which is always tricky. But right on the front page, right on our websites, our main ones, and it's pretty special. And we're always looking for more. If people want to help out the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, it's a great way. And just give me a call or email to start the conversation. We'd love to chat.
And are you able to mention the membership packages too?
Yeah, like we're just in our membership drive right now. It's an annual membership, runs the calendar year. So you can purchase it any time, but it starts in January 1st. And there's 6 different categories, right from $50 up to $1,000. Get very different things. Most people like the elite membership, which is about $125. It gets you reserve seats at induction and early access to the autograph session and a few other aspects. And you get a partial tax receipt with each membership as well. So again, it's all on our front page of our website. It's a great way to support the Hall of Fame, gets you a few benefits. If you really like this year's inductees, which we won't announce till early February, the higher memberships get you dinner with the inductees. So it's a pretty special moment if one of the inductees is one of your favorites.
By the way, Scott, we have one of the longtime IBL announcers watching our show, Neil. He's been with the league for long years, broadcasting the games on YouTube, and I guess with the Guelph Royals and then the Hamilton Cardinals. So thank you, Neil, for watching. And Scott, I was going to ask you this too. Obviously, how does the process start for determining determining for each class that gets into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, how many people on that board decide who can get in and maybe who's not for that particular class?
Yeah, I mean, the first step is the deadline's December 1st for each year, to be eligible for, the following year, because we start the process in December. There's 24 people on the committee spread across Canada. They're basically a mix of people, some media, some historians, some executives, and some past inductees. So we get a wide range of thoughts and comments and conversations, which is great. Hall of Fame is tough to get into because it's a Hall of Fame, that's for sure. It's the best of the best. But basically, yeah, the committee of 24 sort of looks at the nominations that come in, and then they have a vote, and you need 75% to get in. So it's like trying to convince 3 of your 4 friends to go to the same place for dinner, right? It's a conversation, and you need a lot of people to agree on the same thing to make it happen. So the process works really well. And again, all the information is on our website. If you just go under the inductees tab, you can see nomination process right on the website, and it's pretty clear how things work.
Scott, for the current players who just recently retired, is there like a minimum 3-5 year waiting period for them to get into the Hall of Fame or be eligible? Okay.
Yeah, for sure. It's 3 years. So fellows like Joey Votto, who retired after 2024, because he tried to play all year. He played part of the year, obviously. This year was year 1, he'd wait. So 26, year 2, 27, year 3. So Joey, who's obviously a shoe-in for our Hall and hopefully going to be the 3rd Canadian ever in Cooperstown. 2028 would be his year. But yeah, if you're a player, you got to be retired for 3 years. If you're in the other categories, like the builders category, for example, you can still be active because, of course, people in the builders category are done their playing days and be doing all kinds of great things in baseball up until they're very elderly.
Hey, Scott, as we wrap this show up in a couple of minutes, can I get your opinion? Do you feel Bo Bichette will remain a Blue Jay, and if so, how important is he to that team and being able to do what he did in the World Series against the Dodgers with that knee injury?
I think yes, he'll sign. I think he's very important. I mean, he's the best hitter on the team, and I say that some people might cringe. I know Vladdy Guerrero is obviously an amazing hitter, but Bo's a 300 hitter that plays shortstop. Now, whether they move him to second or third, who knows? But Bo's a 300 hitter who plays a premier position, and he has all facets of the game. And I think he's the guy that you want on base in front of your power, and your power is obviously comes from Guerrero and hopefully Santander next year, and Varsho hopefully all year. And so you need Bo at the top of your lineup, slapping those singles and doubles, and with his speed running around the bases when the next guy gets his base hit. So obviously he couldn't run in the World Series, but he still hit like 350 in the World Series. So I mean, his bat was very, very key, and he played a good second base as well during the World Series. Again, because his leg wasn't too healthy. So I really hope they sign Bo. It's going to be competitive. I mean, there's going to be 5 to 10 teams that want Bo Bichette in their lineup every single day next year. So it's not like they're going to get, free reign to be the only team talking to him. There's going to be a lot of talk with him, and I think it'll take a while. I would say I wouldn't be surprised if it was late January before Bo signed.
I had the pleasure of talking and speaking with Bo when he was down in Buffalo a year ago for rehab, along with his dad, who's a former major leaguer, Dante Bichette. And Bo just seems very humble and quiet, and just a really good person. And that's another thing, too. You can have all the talent you want, but if you don't have good characters, you're not going to have team success. And I think the Blue Jays have done a really good job with building this franchise up, not just talent-wise, but with good characters on this team.
I agree, and I think that's part of the thing we talked about earlier is just clubhouse, right? Having a good clubhouse, having friends, making friends, having fun. I mean, and Bo's not a guy you see laughing and carrying on all the time because again, he's very serious about his craft. But he does enjoy the game. He does enjoy his teammates, and he's a key player that I think if we don't sign him next year, we're definitely going to be missing his bat and his defense in the lineup.
Scott, if you were the general manager, is there one particular need that you would like to see addressed in the offseason for this team going forward in 2026 as a fan and at the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame as part of the Blue Jays?
I mean, the pitching side, I think the hitting side's pretty set. Um, there's never enough pitching. There's been thoughts about Hoffman. Do we need a new closer, a different closer? I mean, lots of teams would love to have Hoffman in the back end of the bullpen. I think he's set there for next year. Starting pitching, I mean, you could never get enough. I mean, Bassett's a free agent. Scherzer's a free agent. Gosman has 1 year left. Who knows whether Bowden Francis, how he's going to respond. Trey Savage is a rookie, right? We got to remember that, yes, he was amazing. He's 3 starts in the big leagues and then his 4 starts in the postseason or 5 starts, but he's still a 22-year-old kid who's barely played baseball. I really hope and think he's going to be great. But Chris, you and I have been around baseball long enough to know that sometimes players go backwards a little bit, or there's an arm injury. I mean, we've seen it recently with some of the other Blue Jay pitchers. So, I mean, I think Trey Savage looks like he's going to be a stud for a decade with us Blue Jays, and I hope he's our #1 starter for the next decade. But you can never have too much pitching. So I think we got to go after some starting pitching.
Hopefully he doesn't end up like Mark the Bird Fidrich, the Tigers superstar, young pitcher back in the 70s. And unfortunately, he blew out his arm, and they didn't have the technology back then to figure out what was wrong with him as well. So that is definitely a positive. Scott, got to ask you this. In 36 years of the Rogers Center and Skydome, have you ever seen a baseball get lodged in the wall there? I don't even remember Exhibition Stadium having that happen.
No, I've never seen that. I mean, I've watched, baseball for longer than 36 years and, overall. And that was so rare. All I thought when that ball did that is I thought, controversy. If the Jays win, the Dodgers win, it's going to come back to that ball. Should they have picked it up? Should they have left it there? Should the umpire have run out to see if it was really stuck? Like, there's just going to be controversy. And there wasn't a lot of talk about it. I mean, afterwards, but obviously it's one of those key moments that you remember in the World Series because you've never seen it before. And it's the World Series. I mean, it was just such a rare act of craziness that, we'll probably watch baseball for another 30 years and never see it happen again.
Any chance that the ball could go to the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, or will it end up in Cooperstown? Because it was a huge play in the series.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what happened with that ball. I don't know what the Dodgers did with it after they pulled it out of the wall, or they threw it in through Mookie Betts, and then I'm not sure what happened to it. But the Jays are providing us with several artifacts from the World Series. We sort of provide them with a few items we'd like, and they'll. I don't know what we're getting yet, so it's kind of exciting that we're still waiting. But the Jays have got us some stuff and some artifacts for the museum, which will make Lindsay really happy, and we'll be able to display some next summer for people to come and visit.
Looking forward to that. And Scott, were you able to physically go to one of the World Series games?
I unfortunately did not, believe it or not. The watch party we had, and then obviously the away games, I had some other things going on. And but I was glued to my set from the beginning of the talk show, and Jamie Campbell and Joe Siddle and came on, and they had a great broadcast crew, and it was not to be missed, the whole World Series, every minute. I even made the 18-inning game right till
2:50 in the morning.
Yeah, 3 in the morning. I was tired the next day like the rest of Canada, but I made it, and because it's been 32 years since the Jays were last there, and it's hard to get to the World Series. Only 2 teams get there, so you never know when it'll happen again.
I'm hoping next year the Jays and Tigers meet in the playoffs for the first time. I know 1987 wasn't technically the playoffs, but that was really the real ALCS. And I'm hoping the Tigers can add to their roster next year. And I expect this Blue Jays team to be very competitive as well. And there wasn't really a loser in this series, Scott. I think it was a winner for the game of baseball and for building this sport as well, going forward.
Yeah. Well, first off, 1987, we don't talk about that with Tiger fans. So we'll leave that one alone, but I do remember it fondly. And yeah, I mean, baseball in Canada has skyrocketed because the Jays in the World Series, and that's only good things. Again, it's back to the kids, more kids playing baseball. It's better for Baseball Canada. It's better for the Hall of Fame. It's better for the Blue Jays. It's better for St. Mary's Minor Ball. It's better for everybody. To see more kids next spring out on that field running around and having fun.
I miss playing it. And when I played third base. I love the hot corner. That was my favorite position.
There you go. That's a tough corner. It's called the hot corner for a reason, as you see. So
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
absolutely. Scott, finally, just quick thoughts on your staff and volunteers. And for those people who are watching or listening to the show and they're interested in helping out next year as a volunteer, how's that process start?
Yeah, well, our year-round staff here is Lindsay Earl and Amanda Hamilton. I mean, they're fantastic. We got a rock star team that keeps Hall of Fame going every day. And the volunteer-wise, yeah, I mean, we're always looking for new volunteers. So again, you just contact myself, find out sort of what you're interested in, whether it's museum tours, whether it's induction weekend, whether it's barbecuing. We got ball teams here. We always need help, and it's one of those things where we couldn't survive without our volunteers. We use about 80 of them on induction weekend and many more throughout the summer. And without them, the Hall of Fame wouldn't be the great places that we are now and moving into the future.
Scott, have you set a date yet for the 2026 introduction weekend? Because I'd like to put that on my calendar too.
Yeah, for sure. It's going to be Saturday, June 20th. So it's the third Saturday in June. So make sure you and all your listeners come visit us in St. Mary's that weekend and say we'll announce early February who the class is going to be, so you'll have a few months of excitement build up for it. But come out in mid-June and then come do some baseball stuff that day, then come back to St. Mary's and in the summertime and swim in the quarry and shop in the shops and really enjoy the small town atmosphere.
That's less than a week from my birthday. And hey, Scott, I want to say thank you for the last 3 years for giving me media opportunities to be able to interview people like Jose Batista, Jesse Barfield, John Olerud. And it's just a great ceremony. And I recommend people coming out to support the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame in St. Mary's, Ontario. It's our version of Cooperstown. And I think you and the staff do a really good job there. And St. Mary's, everybody, even if you're a stranger, they treat you like family there.
Yeah, no, it's a great little town, small town atmosphere. Everyone knows everyone, and it's pretty cool to have the Hall of Fame here.
Scott, where can our audience follow the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame on social media, website, and the best way of contacting the Hall directly?
Yeah, I mean, we have Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, so it's just CDN Baseball HOF on Twitter and Facebook, and Instagram is very similar. And then, our website is just baseballhalloffame.ca, so easy to remember, and you can find all the information there. So, yes, please follow us on social media. We got great posts we put out every day talking about Canadian baseball or our inductees or, news or upcoming events or whatnot. And we have our holiday silent auction coming up starting next Monday. It kicks off the 17th, so that's a really big fundraiser for us this fall. So keep that in mind and check out our website. It'll be there, the link to join, and then you can start bidding on some up to 100 cool items. So it's pretty exciting.
Cool. If you guys ever start a Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame podcast, let me know because I'd love to help out or be even involved in that. And you guys, any plans to get on TikTok as well at some point?
Well, we're trying to master the main three right now, and we'll see
Okay.
about TikTok down the line. But Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are the ones we love to post the most. LinkedIn a little bit, Blue Sky a little bit, and YouTube a little bit. But
Okay.
we got the main three going well.
Well, Scott, I want to say thank you so much for coming on for the fourth time today. Continued success at the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame, and I look forward to being a member in 2026. I will look at getting a membership card, and I look forward to seeing everyone back there June 20th for the class of 2026. Scott, thank you so much, and baseball's only 3 months away, so I'm looking forward to it, Scott. Thank you so much.
100%, Chris. Anytime. Take her easy.
You too. Have a great day, Scott. All right, everybody, that concludes season 12, episode 11, overall 616 of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall. Check out their website, barrycullen.com. Again, that was Scott Crawford, the Director of Operations for the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame in beautiful St. Mary's, Ontario. The Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame is located at 386 Church Street South, and you can call the Hall of Fame. You can call the Hall of Fame at 519-284-1838 for more information, or you can email them at baseball at baseballhalloffame.ca. That's baseball at baseballhalloffame.ca if you'd like to email them, or you can call them as well. And their website is baseballhalloffame.ca. So thank you to Scott Crawford for coming on here as well. And as we wrap up the show, I want to give a little shout out to one of my former guests. She did a video shout out for me, and we're going to play it right now, courtesy of my YouTube channel. This video shout out is from a stand-up comedian who's going to be in Michigan very soon. Her name's Charity Jones Comedy. Charity Jones is on every social media platform, and she will be in Michigan to do her comedy going forward. So I want to play this little clip of the video testimony that Charity Jones did for her appearance on Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. Charity Jones, thank you so much for doing this.
Hey, Charity Jones. Just want to give a big shout out and thank you to Chris Palme with CDP Live and CDP Media Productions. You should check out his podcast. And if you need help with your social media or promoting your business, whatever your needs, check out Chris Palme. I've done his podcast before, been a guest. It's so much fun. He gets great traction up in Canada. We love our Canadians. Go check him out. Hey.
That was from Charity Jones Comedy. Check her out. She's a stand-up comedian, and she's on all social media platforms. And also check out my YouTube channel, Chris Palme, Live with CDP Talk Show on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and Sunday, November 16th. Sunday, November 16th at 6 o'clock when the Montreal Alouettes take on the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Congratulations to Saskatchewan and their comeback win over BC, and congratulations to Montreal over their gritty, hard-fought win over the Hamilton Tiger Cats as well. So, Grey Cup this Sunday, 6 o'clock. You can watch it on TSN from Princess Auto Stadium, Saskatchewan and Montreal, a rematch of the 2009 and 2010 Grey Cups as well. As we wrap up our show, everybody, as always, Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership is the official sponsor of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. Check out the Chevy Bolt. The Chevy Bolt is coming back with a refreshed design. Meet the 2027 Chevy Bolt. Anticipated availability early 2026. More details at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Auto Mall, or check out their website, barrycullen.com. And there is a Black Friday event going on at Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership. Pop by the dealership for more details as well. Christmas is coming, everybody. If you'd like to give someone a nice gift, give them a gift of a personalized video message from yours truly, Chris Palme. I am now on Cameo. I just did a Cameo request this week. Go to cameo.com, type in Chris Palme. I do happy birthday wishes, happy anniversary, pep talks. If you want to ask me questions about sports, my talk shows, my favorite interviews, or you have a personal shout out you want to do, look me up on cameo.com type in Chris Palme and look forward to doing your request on Cameo soon, especially with Christmas coming up as well. You can follow me now on Blue Sky Social, just like the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame's on Blue Sky Social. I'm there at Live with CDP 19 on Blue Sky Social. Make sure you follow me there as well. If you're looking to adopt a pet, check out the Cambridge and District Humane Society at 1650 Dunbar Road in Cambridge, Ontario. Telephone number 519-623-7722, extension 0, or visit their website, cambridgehumanesociety.org. All the animals that are up for adoption, their profile and informations are on there as well. And speaking of Cambridge District Humane Society, besides being a dog walker twice a week, I'm also a fundraiser for them as well. And I am selling until December, the first week of December, 2026 Cambridge District Humane Society calendars, only $10. The proceeds of money go back to the programs at the Cambridge District Humane Society. And my goal this year is to sell 40 calendars and raise $400. And where can you get a calendar for $10 these days? And they have a lot of great dogs and cats on there as well. They did a really good job with their outside shots for the animals. And if you're interested in buying a calendar and supporting the Cambridge District Humane Society down there, they're only $10. You can email me at cpalme19@gmail.com or DM me on social media pages. $10 if you're in the Guelph, $10 if you're in the Guelph, Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge area. But if you're out of town and I have to mail them and ship them out, the calendar will still be $10, but you'll have to include shipping costs as well if you're out of town and would like a calendar. And I've already sold 20 calendars, so I have another month or a little less than a month to sell another 20 calendars. So if you're looking for a Christmas gift, a birthday present, a Christmas stocking stuffer, any kind of gift, check out the Cambridge District Humane Society calendars as well. And they are available right now at Cipriana's Pizzeria at 22 Queen Street in Cambridge, Ontario as well. And please check out Cipriana's Pizza as well. And also check out Guac Mexi Grill, 1005 Paisley Road in Guelph. If you like fresh, authentic Mexican food, Guac Mexi Grill as well. And one of my other favorite restaurants in Guelph I want to give a shout out to is Savaki Flame. They're located on Speedville Avenue, just off Woodlawn Road in Guelph. And Savaki Flame, they have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and the food's great, and the customer service is there as well. And now I'm getting hungry, by the way, mentioning these places I like to support eating out. Finally, guys, Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is live streamed on these platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Twitch, LinkedIn, and now available on Instagram. Fingers crossed one day StreamYard will partner up with TikTok. I would love to have this show on a seventh platform, especially on TikTok as well. And speaking of TikTok, I am on TikTok. You can follow this content creator on TikTok you can follow me on TikTok at Chris Palme. Just go into TikTok at Chris Palme. Make sure you follow and share my content there as well. You can also check out my website, beacons.ai/Chris D. Palme, and you can follow me there as well. Again, Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is sponsored and brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership, located at 905 Woodlawn Road West in the Guelph Automall. If you're looking for winter tires, check out Barry Cullen Chevrolet with snow and the cold temperatures already here in southern Ontario. StreamYard is the official live stream provider of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. If you're into webinars or live streaming or podcasting, check out StreamYard.com. They have basic free plans, paid professional plans like I do. And if you're a business that does a lot of webinars or live streaming, go to StreamYard.com and contact their sales department for pricing for businesses as well. And yours truly has been with StreamYard now for 5 years, and I give them a big thumbs up to StreamYard.com. The audio version of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show is on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify for podcasters, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Spotify, Castbox, LinkedIn, Pandora, TuneIn, YouTube Music, and Good Pods. And again, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this show on those audio platforms. Finally, guys, you can email the show live with CDP Sports Entertainment Talk Show at cpame19@gmail.com. Any comments, questions, suggestions, feedback would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you like my YouTube channel and my media work and my talk shows, and you'd like to contribute or tip the host, they call it, I am on PayPal, cpame19@gmail.com, or go to paypal.com, type in Chris Pame if you'd like to contribute to my PayPal and support this show as well as book a cameo. I am on Cameo again, cameo.com, Chris Pame as well. And finally, guys, you can follow me on these platforms: Facebook, Twitter, X, Threads, Instagram, LinkedIn, everywhere except for Snapchat. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Chris Pame Live with CDP Talk Show as well. And that is going to do it for today's episode. I want to say thank you so much again to my special guest, friend of the show, Scott Crawford, director of the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. And they are located at 386 Church Street South in St. Mary's, Ontario. You can call them at 519-284-1838. And their email is baseball@baseballhalloffame.ca, and their website is baseballhalloffame.ca. And I'm hoping to have another member of the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame on my show in the next couple weeks as well. So fingers crossed. And just remember, baseball training camp is only 3 months away. Probably middle of February, pitchers and catchers and players report to training camp, and by the end of February, they'll have spring training action on. So only a couple months away, but make sure to check out the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. They do have off-season hours, so you need to phone them with the number 519-284-1838, or email them at baseballhalloffame.ca, as they do have off-season hours, so you can get more information by calling them or emailing them, or their website, baseballhalloffame.ca as well. And that is about it for today's show, guys. And I want to say thank you to Charity Jones Comedy, Charity Jones, a stand-up comedian, for her video shout out as well. So please make sure you follow Charity Jones Comedy on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. She's everywhere, and she will be working out of Michigan very soon as well. And that is about it for today's show. Again, thank you to everyone watching this live stream and on audio platforms. And also, if you're a local business and you're looking to advertise your show on a live stream platform, check out CDP Media Productions Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. I am on 21 different platforms. I have listeners audio on 70 countries around the world, and my YouTube channel is approaching 600,000 views. So if you're looking to advertise live streaming, check out CDP Media Productions. You can email me at cpame19@gmail.com, or DM me on any of my social media pages. I look forward to working with you and your business and getting them advertised on live streaming platforms, which is the future of media and radio nowadays as well. So if you're looking to advertise, consider CDP Media Productions and the founder, Chris Pame, and I am everywhere on social media as well. I hope everybody has a great day, and we will be back soon with another edition of Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show. I'm just working on more guests and confirming them, so make sure you check out my social media pages for some of the upcoming shows as well. And again, the Argo Bounce podcast show has been put to bed until next May, June 2026. And the Small Talk podcast, Marlene Sharp and myself will be back on Monday, November 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 on the West Coast, with special guest Emilio Martinez as well. So make sure you tune into that as well, the Small Talk podcast. Have a great afternoon, everybody, and thanks for watching and listening to Live with CDP Sports and Entertainment Talk Show, brought to you by Barry Cullen Chevrolet Dealership here in Guelph. Good afternoon, everybody.